And again, please do not do this at home. Do not ever use this, okay? Sometimes we have this pattern, let's say, this factory pattern where we are creating objects. And typically, when you're creating this object, there is always a function which allows to seal the object and actually perform the action you originally wanted, you know what I mean? Here I'm calling perform, so, typically I expect that if I execute these 3 lines of code, I should have something on a terminal which says perform request. So sometimes you want to build this very rich API where you don't want to enforce this perform method if the client doesn't call it directly, you know what I mean? The way you can do that, kind of avoiding that perform method, this one, is having a destruct function. And again, please do not do this at home. Do not ever use this, okay? So the destruct function is something that gets called when an object is about to die, or is about to get garbage collected by the memory, the memory guy of PHP. So each time PHP sees that a variable is no longer being used, what PHP does is kind of removes that object from memory to kind of clean the memory a little bit, okay? So when that moment happens, this function destruct is called it automatically. So something we can do potentially is literally just call this perform right here. So what we will see now is that this 2 line of code will still perform this action perform thanks to the destruct method. So if I type PHP index, you just see performing request, even though you will never perform the actual request on the API. What do you guys think about this? It's kind of funny, right? So there is a lot of places on Laravel where we actually use this. Multiple places really, every time you are dispatching a job, like on Laravel we have this thing called a dispatch function which receives something inside, and typically you can provide a closure potentially, but then you can just change stuff like delay 30 seconds, or potentially other things, and to not force you to actually go to the end of this deal and actually do, run or perform or dispatch, we actually use this destruct method on the class itself. So when the object is about to be garbage collected, basically we do perform the action.